Catch up with Coco Brown, an amazing comedian, actress, entrepreneur, and star of Tyler Perry's For Better or For Worse. All right, my dear, you are a dynamic comedian, actress, entrepreneur, and a mom. What's your secret to staying creative, productive, and encouraged during the world's current pandemic?
You know, someone asked me how am I getting through all of this yesterday, and I told them I look to my son. His innocence right now gives me hope that with all that's going on, we have had conversations. He's only 8, and we've had conversations. We've talked about what we're seeing on the news. He's trying to understand because our babies are taught to dislike another based on skin tone or religion or sexual orientation. They don't know anything about that. They just see another child. They just see another human being. And right now, reveling in that innocence that he has right now before I have to tell him the truth is what's getting me through all of this right now. I stay creative because I'm a constant observer. I'm constantly watching, observing. So many of the things that end up on stage for me are things that I have witnessed with my own eyes, and then I kind of add my own spin or interpretation into it. I've also learned in these 3 months of quarantining and everything that I hadn't been giving myself a pass to just rest and do me and march to the beat of my own drum. I was constantly chasing an audition or doing this or writing this or filming this or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I miss my life in a sense, but at the same token, I'm so appreciative of this quiet time that I've had because I've got to spend such an amazing time with my child. I mean, we haven't spent this much time together since he was in my belly. And that's real talk. I mean, with my schedule. So that's how I'm staying sane right now and how I'm staying focused and creative.
Just spending time with your son. That is so special. That is so special. You're an amazing mom, and I love how you champion for him. And I love how you work, tirelessly to find that balance, to be a working mom.
I do.
I'm a mom. I'm a mom first,
Yes. I'll tell you quick, and people think I'm lying, but honey, over him, I will air this thing out.
Oh, we know.
I tell people all the time, I say, vengeance be of the Lord's, except when you mess with a black woman and her child.
That's so special. Let's talk about your inspiration for launching Coco Brown Collection. It's the one-stop shop for beauty and comfort. I love that. What products do you offer and how are they helping customers through COVID?
They have been extremely helpful during this time, and I'm grateful to be able to help those who are facing unsure times right now with my products. The Coco Brown Collection came, I met a young lady who had a beauty line, and I had been doing some research about CBD because I'm always trying to find alternatives to prescription medications. Whether it be herbal remedies, things of that nature, because I just don't believe in pumping a lot of drugs into your body. So when I started doing a lot of research on CBD, I learned of all the benefits that it possesses for pain, anxiety, insomnia, depression, things like that. And so when I created my first product, I created with this young lady named Yolanda from a cosmetic line. I started off with a product called Minty Toes. As an entertainer who wears heels a lot and is on stage on her feet for at least an hour, sometimes 6 and 7 times over a weekend because I'm doing a comedy club. I wanted something to help my feet not feel so much discomfort, and I didn't have to sit down on stage or stand in the same spot or keep moving from side to side. And so we took a product, we created a product together called Minty Toes, which is a CBD infused cream that can be used on your feet that helps prevent the aching and the discomfort you get from wearing heels for an extended period of time or just wearing heels, period. During the process of me promoting Minty Toes, I had some friends who had lupus who bought it and was using it on other parts of their bodies where they felt discomfort, their shoulders, their lower back, their hands, their ankles, their knees, and they were raving about it. So now, Minty Toes, I promote basically is the foot cream that can be used anywhere to alleviate pain or discomfort. I've had people use it for their children who have eczema. People have used it for psoriasis, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, carpal tunnel. I just had a woman send me a beautiful message on my site the other day saying how much her and her husband love this product, and that their doctor wants to talk to me about possibly carrying it in his office in Louisiana because they don't even want the prescription medication from him anymore.
I love that they told him that. Like, you know what? I tried something else that's working way better than what you gave me. He's
Right,
like,
right. And the way it's made, a little goes a long way. You don't have to use so much to get the results, and it lasts. Like, I have a girlfriend who's a personal trainer. She did a testimony actually on my Instagram for me, and she's a personal trainer, and her husband is a fireman. And he suffers from lower back pain and, of course, aches and pains from being a fireman, carrying those huge hoses of water. And then she's a personal trainer, and she has sciatic nerve issues. And she raves about how her and her husband have shared the same jar. Like, it doesn't take a lot. They put it on in the morning and it alleviates the pain all day. So I'm really happy about that. So when I decided to expand the line, I went into body scrubs. I've been making my own body scrubs since college. Once I realized you could take Epsom salt and sugar and your oils and your essential oils, and I'm all big about that sometimes I'm in a hurry and I'd rather be in the shower and scrub myself down and get the rough areas and, make my skin nice and soft, rinse off and go. Because with the oils that we use, the grapeseed, the olive, the coconut, the avocado, the sweet almond oil, and then we infuse it with essential oils to give them different scents. But the key is we include CBD oil. And, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm over 40 and I wake up in the morning sometimes asking whose body is this, because I'm hurting. And when I take a shower and I use the scrubs, the CBD oil, of course, penetrates the skin and gets into the muscles, and I feel great all day. I don't ache anymore. So that has been something that I'm very big on too, my Coco Brown scrubs. And then during the pandemic, I realized that people have carpal tunnel, they have rheumatoid arthritis, but we're having to use hand sanitizer like crazy. So I created my own hand sanitizer line that includes CBD that not only, fights the germs and bacteria and viruses, but it also helps with those ailments like carpal tunnel, arthritis, and just achy hands.
You are saving the day from a lot of stuff. My gosh, I commend you on that. I commend you for creating a line that is so multifaceted and so purposeful. I mean, you're healing joint pain and everything. Joint pain.
And now I'm feeling bellies. During this pandemic, I created a line called Coco's Cravables, which are CBD infused edibles. And that has just taken off like crazy. Brownies, cupcakes, muffins, pound cakes. I've had requests for sweet potato pies, cornbreads. People have asked for gummies. People have asked for, all these. And now I'm doing cooking oils. I'm doing flavored butters, Cajun, Old Bay, olive, herb, and vegetable that you can use that are infused with CBD oil as well, CBD as well, so that you can cook and still get the same benefits from the CBD.
Wow. Get ready for the CBD dressing for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. I made a whole
can of it.
Oil one day, and my friends were like, this is everything.
That is awesome. I commend you on that. Let's talk about your work in television and film. How amazing was the recent reunion with your castmates from Tyler Perry's For Better or For Worse? And what were some of your favorite memories?
That was amazing. A lot of us had not spoken to each other or seen each other since the show ended 3 years ago. A few of us keep in touch, but sometimes everybody goes their separate ways. So when I came up with the concept to do a reunion, because the fans, I cannot go online on an Instagram live or a Facebook live or just post anything without someone saying, when is For Better or Worse coming back? We miss you guys. So I said, I'm going to give the fans something. We're going to get the cast together and just let them come in on a conversation amongst us, reuniting, reminiscing. And it was amazing. It was so amazing to see everybody and share our stories. I mean, I think one of the things that will always stand out to me was that, during the course of that show, we became such a family. And I mean a family in all ways, honey. Not only do we love, we fought, but we became a family and we still support each other. even if we don't speak, we support one another. And it was good to hear all the stories and hearing how people perceived one episode and how you perceived it. It would be a lovely thing if Tyler brought it back, but we don't know. Anything's possible. But
No.
It was good to see everybody and reminisce about all the episodes and stuff like that.
And I know that was great for the fans. Like you said, they've been.
Oh, they loved it. They want me to.
I know.
Okay. We'll talk to somebody else on one of these other shows now.
Which only teased us because now we're like, okay, that worked. That was great. Let's get some more.
Right.
Now your Instagram handle is Coco Brown, One Funny Mama, and that you are. Tell me about your start in comedy. Something I was always really curious about, and when you identified your gift to make people laugh.
It took a friend of mine to expose my gift, because I never thought in a million years when I was growing up that I would be a stand-up comedian and actress. I mean, of course, that's little, you dream about maybe being in movies and stuff when you're a kid. But I mean, coming from my background, I was raised so Southern traditional. You know what I mean? I was a debutante. I was a cotillions. I went to Sunday school. And I went to youth, vacation Bible school, and I went to summer camp. And I mean, I was supposed to go to college, meet a nice boy, graduate, get married, have babies, come to my parents' house every Sunday after church. I mean, to go in this direction. It took a friend of mine introduced me to a guy who owned a comedy club in Washington, D.C., like a year, maybe about 6 months or so after I graduated college and moved to D.C. with my first job. And he saw something in me and he said, "You should try stand-up comedy. You're just funny." And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Come down to open mic." So I've never been fearful of a stage. I mean, I've been doing theater since I was since the fifth grade, since I was 10. But never thought. I minored in theater in college. I did drama in high school. But I never thought it would be something that I would be doing for a living. But I mean, I took it as a challenge. Come down to open mic, tell some jokes. Okay. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. The first time I went on stage, they stared at me like I had two heads. But I got a crash course in how stand-up comedy works that night, because when I realized that they weren't laughing at what I thought was funny, and I just started saying, well, I really don't need to be doing this. I'm just doing this, because I just figured I'd try, because, I got a real job, honey. I work for Ringling Brothers. And they busted out laughing.
What I love about that story is you were naturally witty, it sounds like, and funny.
Yeah, if you let my friends tell it, growing up with me, I was always funny and always had some smart ass comment. But I got popped in the mouth a lot as a kid, put it that way.
And then you get a friend that says, "Hey, you should come down to this comedy club," and it's like your idea of what you thought would be funny is different than what everybody else saw. So you're right. I do.
Because I never thought I was being a comedian. I was just being me. My observations, and sometimes, I don't have a filter, is what would make people laugh when they were around me, and never thought a million years I'd get paid for that.
I think it's not only is your wittiness and no filters, also your facial expressions too. Out of all the movies I've seen you in, it is your delivery and your facial expressions that give me that could be the simplest thing. I just saw you recently in a movie. You played the wedding event planner. You were like,
yeah, the other side.
Yeah. So pretend, just cracked me up because you have,
Yeah. It's funny. The late great Justin Singleton hired me for American Crime Story, and his reasoning was, "Coco, you have this amazing ability to act with your eyes. You don't have to say a word, and people can tell exactly what you're saying by looking at you." So people have told me that a long time. I mean, like I said, my mother told me a lot when I was growing up. Fix your face. I said, I'm not a good liar because it's all on my face. Like,
Your family already had a hint that you were about to veer off into, something a little different than they probably expected.
I think my mother always thought I kind of marched to the beat of my own drums. Mm-hmm. She never thought it would be this, but my parents have been super, supportive.
Love that. Love it. Okay, so you have an Instagram series called Conversations with Coco. What do the amazing guests that you feature have in common?
They're all small business owners,
okay.
Small Black business owners. I mean, right now during this time, the ones suffering the most are the Black business owners, especially the small business owners. And I felt compelled to let them use my platform to help keep their businesses afloat, to get their business out there, to promote themselves, to let somebody out there know that you can start your own business too. It's not too far-fetched to pursue your dream when it comes to starting your own business. And but I've also talked to people who are lawyers and judges and forensic scientists. I mean, I think that was one of the best ones I had was a young sister. She's a forensic science. And there were so many young girls on that live that day because they were actually seeing a Black woman who, you know, helps solve crime. She's a scientist, you know. We're more than, you know, twerking in some Fashion Nova sweatshirts, you know. Okay, I said it out loud.
She said it. She meant it.
I so meant it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, and I've talked to so many people, authors, doctors, I mean, but the one thing they all have in common is that they needed someone to give them a platform. And
I love your heart. I love your selflessness because I feel like you are an entertainer, but everything that you do is to serve and benefit other people. You're such a selfless person in that nature, even from your business, Coco Brown Collection, to even saying, you know what, I'm going to use my platform.
10% of every sale goes to lupus research.
See, you just get better and better every second.
It's weird, you know. It's like people sometimes, you know, feel you should do this, you should do that for followers and to gain more notoriety, to be more famous. You know, I'm doing what my heart tells me to do. And, you know, some people do it for other reasons. I'm just doing it because I feel like God blessed me to give me this platform. So why wouldn't I want to pull another sister or brother up?
Absolutely. And it's a testament to how inspirational you are. I mean, why is it so important for you to uplift and empower others? People need to hear this.
Because I know what it's like not to be.
Okay.
I know what it's like to have someone try to stamp out your dreams and stamp out your existence to make you feel like you're worthless. I know firsthand what that feels like. And I promise, I say to myself every day, today, I'm going to uplift somebody. Today, I'm going to make somebody laugh. Today, I'm going to make somebody smile. Today, I'm going to make somebody feel like they're worthy. That's just me because I know what it feels like to be on the other side.
That's phenomenal. That your spirit, your energy, your love of people, your love of Black people.
Yes, I love my people. Get on my nerves sometimes. I love my people.
Well, I want to thank you for everything that you've contributed in your life, whether it be in entrepreneurship or entertainment business, or even just something as simple as just let me open up my platform and interview you today so that little Black girls and boys can see, you know, people that look like them doing fantastic things, but, you know, also to give small business owners an opportunity to push through this, you know, storm that we're
absolutely.
I mean, that could be one more sale, that could be marketing, that could just be that push that they need to go. You know, Coco put me on her live today. I'm gonna keep going because last week I was thinking about
absolutely. There were people that have been on my, you know, conversations with Coco that their business had taken a slump and now their business is on an upswing. And if I have been a part of helping their business stay afloat, then I'm just, I say this in jest because I say it on stage. I said, I do a lot of good because I know that all the bad I've done, I'm trying to even out the score so I can go to heaven. But no, it's just one of those things that I know what it's like to not have someone reach down and say, let me pull you up an inch or two. I know what it's like to have someone put their foot on you instead of reaching out their hand. I know what that feels like. And I cannot sleep at night thinking I did that to someone. I could never. So my whole thing is, as long as God gives me this platform, I'm going to use it to uplift others.
And you have, and I thank you. And also I thank you for your time today, for being a guest on the Coffee Show. It means so much to me.